I see. Dylan's off. Okay.
Yeah, Dylan's off for this week and next week.
Yeah. Well, I heard Adam is leaving the company. Is that right?
As he not? Were you not on call on Monday?
No, I was out. Remember, I was out due to headache.
2 minutes.
It was shared by Adrian.
Yes, Adam is leaving the company. He leaves in 2 weeks.
Into it. Okay.
Yes. He told management 2 weeks ago. Well, it puts it in line with his notice.
That's sad. Like, I don't know.
There's nothing to be worried about, though, Matt.
Yeah.
I'll let once Alex comes on.
Yeah.
I'll let him do the management talk around it.
Yep.
There's been no internal movement from us kind of thing. Like why he's gone. This is just Adam wanting to go.
I see.
But I'll let Alex do the management talk so that you fully understand what it means. In my eyes, it means nothing because it's not like it's a job. Like people worry about job loss.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to worry about, like redundancy kind of thing. This isn't where a job's went under. But I'll let Alex speak about that once he joins.
Got it.
He did say 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, he did.
You might want to remove David Barker from these now.
Got it.
FYI.
Yeah. I'll remove him from the invite.
Yeah. Here's the man, myth, the legend, who is in the Manchester office.
Hello, yes I am.
Good morning, dude. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good. Before we set off, Matt, and start with the service delivery, obviously Mark wasn't in on Monday when Adam advised the team about him leaving the team. Could you explain to Mark, that this isn't like a job loss, there's nothing to worry about from a management's perspective, please?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, talk about the reason. So he's got a job offer. He wasn't on the active job hunt. A company approached him that he'd been in conversations with for about the last 2 years. They made him an offer 2 years ago, and they were a really small startup. And he was like, sounds really good, but there's just too much risk because you're too small at the moment. And so, yeah, he said thanks, but no thanks. But still happy to have conversations over in the future. The company has grown quite a bit now. It's still a startup, but it's probably, I think it's 24 people now. When he was initially talking to them, it was like 6 people. Yeah, they've got more funding. They're much more stable, and they've offered him more money, and he's got a baby on the way.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I need to provide for my family. That's what I'm going to go and do that. So that's kind of the reason why. Yeah, it's nothing that we've done. Now, we've already spoken to recruitment. We've had quite a few meetings with recruitment. So there are three jobs that we are trying to fill. One is JK's backfill. We've had 136 applicants so far to that one job. And yeah, so recruitment are calling up some of them to try and narrow that down to a list of like 6 or 7 that I want to interview as well. So they're speaking to them. We then have Emma's essentially Emma's backfill, but isn't actually Emma's backfill. So Emma is not being transferred out of the team, but obviously she's going off to work for a minimum of 6 months on Scottish Power. And with that, then I basically said, yes, I'm okay with that, but we need to fill that job as well. So can we just create a new job from scratch? And even when Emma returns from Scottish Power, then we will still retain that job as well, because the team is stretched very thin, and we have quite a lot on. So that's going through the approvals process at the moment, and then also you've got Adam's backfill, which is for me the priority as well. We will cope for the moment, and also I'm going to get involved a little bit more with the Pulse, or certainly next to Pulse. But one of the things that really has only just come into effect, that we'll see over the next month, is that DFIR have been tasked with doing parts of the Pulse, because they've got quite a bit of time where they're just waiting for an incident to happen, and they need a couple of tasks which can be dropped at a moment's notice. So they can be writing part of the Pulse, incident comes in, they can just drop that and just focus on that. Because we're giving them 3 or 4 weeks to actually write up these articles, it doesn't matter, because they're not going to be busy for a full 3-4 weeks like that. So they can then just come back to it, carry on the research as well. And also each of those tasks is very, very small. So that's going to help our team in terms of resourcing as well. Is there anything particular that you're concerned around in terms of Adam
None.
leaving?
No, none actually. I was out Monday, and Adrian just shared with me after that information sharing. So I don't know what happened in the meeting. That's why I was asking Alex earlier today. Ryan.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no chance. Okay, cool.
Thank you for that, Alex.
No dramas. Right. Okay. Just open this up. Okay, right. So just talk about, to start off with, I'm just going to talk about opportunities and what we've got in the pipeline at the moment. So we've got Travis Smith, obviously they've got an existing contract at the moment. The renewal is in there. We've made an offer to them, and that's for 220k. So that must be over, I'm guessing, 3 or 4 years. But got a good relationship with Travis Smith. Obviously, we spoke to I did some delivery to them as well. So yeah, we'll see about that one. Mitty or Mighty. Then we've got the 1 year for them. If you haven't seen that, they've been bought out by another company, so that's likely, and meaning that we'll see whether they get restructured or what's going to happen with them exactly. But we haven't had anything off at the moment. Bertman with OXM, so I've got a meeting with them tomorrow to close off the POV. Honestly, I'm not. Depending on who you talk to in Bertman, it's either going absolutely amazingly, it's okay, or it's terrible. And I've also had to educate them because some of their requirements are terrible, and they do not understand what they want as well. It's more a case of, as I already knew, saying to them, what do you want from threat intelligence? And they just said, yes. And it's like, and they're like, everything. It's like, but we don't want to pay that much. So, yeah, we'll see on
Manay,
that one.
tarong mo ng kalayo.
Prep
Tarong mo muna.
Automotive,
Tamaribok.
we're in contract negotiation with them as well. And
By the looks of things for that one, we're just waiting a PO from Prayer. So I think contract's done, it's just waiting PO.
Okay, only thing that worries me with that is that total price, 21,000 euros. Oh, in fact, 3 months.
17. Yeah, it's a 3 month. It's a 3 month, I think, run deal. So
Okay,
again,
21 grand for 3 months of OXM, that's pretty good. Yeah.
I'll catch
we've
up
got-
with Joe.
Okay, cool. Ministry of Finance. So that's, which will be a good one because that also means we can finally shut down. What was the old system?
MIS.
MIS. They are the last client on MIS at the moment. So it would mean that engineering resources could be placed better. With that, Reigate and Banstead. We've got one with them, Travel Lodge, VDL Group, Holcim, OXM Renewal. But what's up, Ryan?
Over in Travel Lodge for a year, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
That's disappeared off the list.
Me.
I think it's a 3 or 5 egg. 2 minutes. Where's Joe?
It's 3 years.
He's off,
No.
of course he is.
No, it's saying here.
That's 2027 on the dashboard. I've just had to go into the actual closing date one, which was closed on the 31st of
31st.
July
Yes.
for a year deal.
3.
Signed. We'll get.
Give me. Right. Cover that in a minute. We've got Holcim Renewal, and then the Glory Global.
Yeah, I've noticed that every single one of the account managers are preparing for the future. Future, I mean 2029 future.
Yeah. So with Glory Global, they work in 3-year planning cycles. It's a Japanese company, and that's the way they do it in Japan. So yeah, they do not do. If you miss that window, that procurement window, that is you shut out for that 3 years.
So I have to be like as early as ready.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they start planning. They do all of their planning. They build up to that decision point for that 3 years. At that point, everything is locked in, and they start thinking about what's happening in 3 years' time. So, yeah. If I go to so we won the Glory Global Solutions.
Yeah.
So we've got them for 3 years, which is great.
Travelodge.
Just a renewal.
for the Glory Global, since we've won this renewal, just to give some context to Mark, are we invoicing them now for it, or are we invoicing them at the start of the financial year?
So we send the invoice, but basically they pay us on a monthly basis. No, like the finance is agreed 3 years in advance. Doesn't mean they hand over 3 years money like there and then. Because I don't know, if we stopped delivering it, they'd be like, they're not going to want their money back and stuff like this. They've also got operational expenditures and stuff like this as well. They're not going to hand over 3 years money. It's all going to be paying a certain amount per month as well. I handed over my pricing a few months ago. That was for £100,000 for the year. However, I don't have full operational control over what the end price actually is. So what you might have seen is it's ended up being like 90k. Someone's knocked 10k off it. We cannot control. Someone they had a price that they had to fit, so they would have taken money off different parts of different services. That's okay. We're still going to make good margin on that, even at 90. It's still pretty good margin, and definitely good revenue. So,
and with that,
it does look like
for GGS, with it being GGS and with it still being Q4 for this financial year, will that go against our OKRs this year, or will that go against our OKR for next year about revenue again? I'm setting myself up. You know how we're on about it won't appear on this financial year because we don't want to set myself up for failure, saying that we've hit this amount of money.
So I forget when their contractual year or when their current contract ends.
30th of August from our standpoint.
Okay, so you'll get 1 month of because it's up until September. October, we're suddenly in a new financial year.
So it should hit our new financial year when he's
it'll hit a little bit of this OKR, and then probably most of it is going to be building towards next year's as well.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. With Travelodge, it does look like we've won it, which is good. Oh, okay.
I've calculated the discount, 11% discount on base price, so gives away a net margin of 53. So we're just above our maximum to drop.
Minimum
to drop, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as we hit the 52%, then we're good. If we get anything over and above that, even better. But we haven't yet got a OKR that says you need to deliver at this margin. Higher up we do. So certainly Matt and probably Frank have those, but we don't have that. It does look like 3 years of Travelodge, which is very good. Right, okay, let's talk around what we normally talk about. So, that's absolutely fine, so we don't need to worry about them. ZigUp, where are we at with ZigUp?
I I took this off Mark's hands because of the situation. From what has been given by Sophie, which I've got to put down in the notes. It's with her and her line manager Simon to go and do forth with the court. When you were on leave, this was all kicking off, obviously to the point where Frank was involved, and they asked about discounts. Frank had basically told me to tell them if they wanted a discount, they need to go Frank, do the call, then ask how much are they wanting off. From the sounds of what this is, nothing else has been pushed to Frank. I am going to be again pushing Sophie. Sophie is an absolute nightmare to get a hold of. And with this being delivered as assisted when it shouldn't have been, we are trying to protect us as best as we can. Because in the contract of the SOW, it does say supported at 60k. 60k was approved by Matt. So leave that one with me. I'll chase that today with Sophie. I'll update this chat with regards to what is the outcome of me chasing Sophie.
Yeah, so with that one, I mean, I probably need to speak to Sophie on that one as well. My thinking is that upon renewal and the start date, then that is when we would properly deliver supported to them. Just be like, right, okay, yeah, we suddenly start moving them over. Yes. I don't want to change it in whilst they're in their current contract, because then they'll realise. If they realise, I'll deal with it. But hopefully, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
To give a heads up with that, no one apart from internal knows about this. Fine is unaware, so they are blissfully blinded, which is good.
Yeah, and also 60.
So the reason for the 60 was due to the fact of it was a multi-year deal. The CEO had a little bit of a spat with accounts. Accounts went to Matt and was like, look, he's having a bit of a spat. And you basically do it at 60.
So 39% margin.
Yeah, even Frank had the same thing there, Alex.
Yep. And this is why because we're not in charge of, we can't have an OKR against margin when we can't have control over that. Yeah, it's going to be decided higher up. So be it. Okay.
Leave that one with me. I'll chase, and I'll update the chat.
Okay. Perfect. Travelodge, well, we've just discovered that one, so yeah, that's good.
That's October as well, so we'll have to be aware of that.
Yep. Travis Smith, so we've already position 3 years. Okay, cool. One thing I will say to both of you is recognise that the level of detail that is in here now, I can pick this up and run with it. I can just check in there. So thank you very much for putting all of the detail in here.
I will not take any credit. That is also
good job, Mark. Because now I can read it and go, oh yeah, I don't even need to phone Mark because all the details in there, and it seems like we've got everything under handle. So yeah, that's good. Cool. One question for both of you. Have you got a weekly meeting in with each other, or is it just
It's a bi-weekly, so we do 1 week on, 1 week off. So
Okay, so it's fortnightly. Bi-weekly would be twice
Yeah.
a week.
Sorry, fortnightly. Next one is on Friday.
Okay,
This Friday's
Cool.
coming.
happy days. Yeah. Ryan, where are we at with?
I'm getting ignored with
Review.
accounts, not account managers, actual clients this time. Obviously, Travelodge. Once we're able to, since we've now secured it, I'll push over. There's one in where it is a future date, and that is Virgin Red, because that was booked in quite recently, so I just need to do that. The Reds are an absolute nightmare to either get a hold of.
The one I'm most concerned around is Global Switch. We've
I've
turned on.
emailed.
No.
Steve.
Don't worry about that. Okay. We have done as their contractors has said. We have started off the service. They haven't given us anything at all. They haven't even accessed the platform.
No
and
customer
they're-
form either.
And their customer and the client is not responding to us as well. Doesn't help that the account manager has been off as well, and there is no point of contact other than the one name we've got for the client, which suggests that they've got a lot of resourcing issues as well. And I'm saying this just so Mark, you understand what the problem is as well. So
That is why I've left the date at the bog standard 1900, because once I gain that call, it's going to get put in there, but I don't want to forecast for something which hasn't been yet said.
Yeah. Can you just keep on chasing the account manager and speak to
Another
them?
comms has went out to the client yesterday, including Ben Marsh. Once I get, hopefully, if I get an update, should be good news. If not, Ben said he will take over, Ben Marsh. Once Max is back off leave, I will pick this up again with him and basically say, look, who else can we contact within Global Switch? You are the account manager, you should know another individual. We can't just be having a single point of contact failure,
Yeah.
because they're now going to be 2 months into their POC or POV, because
Yeah.
it's the 6 month to the 2 year.
Okay. Yeah.
Stipler tried to email Priyanka.
But it's so don't worry about that. It's 2024. Creelan, because it's a 6 month, it probably means that they don't have any other services with us as well. So we have to reach out directly to the client and just say,
Yes.
can we have a meeting? So yeah.
I've been in touch with them previously when they had Dark IQ issues, which is where I suggested a call. They just blanked me after that. So messaged Alexander, the AM. He was like, just keep on getting at them. They will respond. Same as KBC. He says, just keep getting at them. They will respond. So whatever you do, keep at them. Once again, visibility or any insight on them, I'll update the OXM sheet. It's just one of them where clients are turning it off, and that'll be because of annual leave.
Yeah. One thing I think you probably should do, Ryan, is speak to DFIR, because they obviously supported KBC's most recent incident, where they had some information that was exfiltrated. I don't know full details on it, which is why, but there may be additional terms that we want to add in to OXM.
Be proactive
off the back of that, yeah, because they'll be like, oh, actually, yeah.
Try to just reach out to Alex J.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. and last but not least, and sorry, I know we're 2 minutes over. Is there anything that either of you need help with, assistance? If you've got any questions at the moment,
No.
managers that you need me to that start responding, that you need me to escalate, or anything.
No.
The only one from me will be
Sophie.
Zig up if
Sophie,
I
yeah.
get a response off Sophie. I'll let you know by, I would say, 2ish, 3ish, because I'll send the message now once the call finishes. If she doesn't respond, or if she does respond, and I might need manager input, because I did say that I'll update my management about this, which I did with yourself, but I didn't know if you wanted to have a full-on oversight with it being the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, I need oversight on it, but I don't need to be involved in all the nitty-gritty. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah,
Normally it's the opposite way around. Not this way around. Normally we're delivering supported to with an assisted, not assisted that was supported.
It's a screw up. I own it. But my decision is that we carry on delivering at the level we are doing at the moment.
Roger.
And then we will, we'll see what we can do. The alternative for them is if they're wanting a discount, let's give them a discount. Let's bring it down to from 60k to 55k and give them assisted. And then and they'll be like, I mean, as long as we don't say this is completely different, then they'll be like, oh yeah.
I mentioned that to Sophie, and she turned her head straight up at that.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll tell. If we're talking about
since it's management by management, yeah, exactly.
If the margins will suddenly flip from being really, really bad to suddenly really, really good, if we do it 55k for assisted tier,
yeah,
that's a good news story for us. The client's suddenly really happy that I'm paying less money. And also avoiding inflation. Yep.
Happy days. I'm paying less than what I did last year.
Everybody the winner, other than the account manager, who's 5k over 3 years, 15k down, which is absolutely nothing. So that's my preferred one. It's just and the client will be like, oh yeah, we're really getting value from this. So yeah.
I'm going to give you a call at 11 about Bertelsmann with regards to their not recent email, but yesterday's email. I've got the response off TAC. If you've got capacity, if not, I'll just Teams you it about what's gone on.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just Elena being Elena.
Yep. I need to... I need to speak to Andy from Searchlight anyway. But yeah.
Please. No worries. It does. We'll cover anything more for August next call be in the next financial year. We should be able to talk about what our forecast looks like, hopefully, by the time this call comes around again. Eventually.
Yeah, with that, I mean, sorry, I know we're over, so if you need to drop, that's absolutely fine. But no, that's the wrong screen. Right. And that has renewed today as well. So yeah, we've got to it hasn't really changed much. Mainly because that, so it's just under 1.4. There's forecast at the moment. That may go up slightly, but yeah, we can have a look at next year. For next year, it will almost certainly be slightly less than that, which is what you expect because some of them are due for renewal, and so that will determine the amount of renewals next year will help determine what our forecast for next year is as well. But that's absolutely fine. But yeah, cool. Right, we will leave it there. But thank you very much. And yeah, also these meetings are running a lot smoother than when we first started them off because we don't have to talk about most of the stuff we already know, and like all the detail is already there. So thank you very much to both of you. It makes it much easier. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will catch you later.
Cheers all.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.